QTV this morning, and we are happy to have the big team around. You know, Mr. Momodu Mboj is here. He is the co-host of this program. And of course, Mr. Adedrame is our newspaper review guest. Ade just returned from the UK. And, you know, he will tell us what are the surprises and the goodies that he have for us. Mr. Mboj, good morning.
Good morning, Ibrahima.
How are you?
Sorry, Balde. Ibrahima, Balde.
Ibrahima,
I mean, make up your mind.
So you mean I should choose one?
Just make up your mind. You understand?
I'll go by Cherno Ibrahima.
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah. Recently, I knew our clan, like my family, when you mention our name, we need to add Kubia at the end.
Kubia.
So it means Cherno Ibrahima Suribalde Kubia.
Kubia.
That's how.
So this was a decision that was taken recently.
Yeah, I went through the biography of our grandparents,
Right.
and I realized most of them they have Kubia at the end.
Ah.
So my dad didn't have Kubia,
Okay.
and I realized, okay, my dad didn't have Kubia, doesn't mean I shouldn't have Kubia. So I took Kubia now. Yes.
Does it have a meaning?
Kubia, we are from Kubia. That's our village in Kenya.
In Guinea?
Yes.
So there's a place in Guinea called
Kubia.
Kubia.
Yes.
In Guinea.
Yes. So Kubia, that's where we hail from originally. We still have a family there. My father's brothers, cousins, they're still there.
So this guy will have to call himself Mboj Banjul.
Mboj Banjul.
Add Banjul at the end of your name.
Mboj Banjul, yes. Yeah, so Mr. Ade, what's up?
It's cool. I'm back, as you said. I've been away for just about a couple of weeks, I think. Went for an aunt's funeral in London. But it was an opportunity to meet lots of family and friends. The aunt who passed was 95, so, you know, she'd, as they say, had a good innings. And yeah, it was good. So at the end of the it turned into a celebration of her life. You know, at the repast, people came and gave speeches, and they played some of her favorite music. You know, and some of it was dance music.
So what do they do in the UK? Do they do cremation, or they still have the burial, the normal burial?
Burials still outnumber cremations quite considerably, 20 to 1 or more. Cremations, they happen. And just to give you an example, when we went for this one, she had asked to be cremated. When we got there, there was already a family at one cremation. And as we were about to go in, the ones who were coming after us, they had such a tight schedule, they were already waiting for us to finish so that they could go in. So it was like a conveyor belt, you know. And the same when my brother was cremated in March. As we were in the chapel where the cremation was going to take place, I could see the family through the windows outside who were waiting to come in for the next one. And the ones who were coming after them were already waiting. So it's happening more and more, but it's still not as frequent as burials. Burials still outnumber them. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Sometimes I wonder how people are cremated sometimes, you know. I think it's easier to just bury the individual. Probably burial grounds too are not.
Well, they're taking up a lot of space. I mean, and this, you know, I usually go and visit my mother's grave when I go, and it's huge place, Beckenham, huge cemetery. And when you look there, there are some that are 200 years old, and they're falling. You know, the earth has moved, and the gravestones are tilted.
Yeah, you can see.
And they're not being kept, and you can tell that those families have not visited for years, maybe even hundreds of years, 100 years or more. So, so people are beginning to question the thing, because these graveyards, you go to them, some of them in London, they are like a mini village, huge, they're massive, and you know, they take up a lot of space. And so people are now thinking they're being kind of environmentally conscious, they say.
And you know what I've realized? There's a difference between the graveyards that we know here and the ones that we see on TV, probably the ones in Europe or America. You can even sleep in the graveyard, I mean, without fearing. But the ones we have here, sometimes they are they are in such a nature. I mean, you cannot even get closer to a graveyard.
No, I mean the ones in England certainly they have caretakers who go around and they look pristine and clean, and they clean them every day. You see them going around, you know, cutting the grass and so on, which has always amused me because, you know, the ones who are there, they're dead, they don't care really, but they make them look nice, and you're right. So from that aspect, you think. And the other thing that always fascinates me when you're walking through and you just look at the ages of some of the people, you see some 6-year-old, an 80-year-old, a 100-year-old, and that sort of thing.
Mr. Ade, when I visit graveyards in the Gambia, normally if people are busy on the deceased trying to bury or do all these things that are supposed to be done, for me, my eyes are normally on the
other gravestones.
The inscription. Is it the epitaph?
No, it's
should we call it an epitaph?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. It can be.
So normally I take a look at those things.
Yeah.
You can see a person that have been buried there from 1929.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? There was one at Joswang. I saw the individual. That person has been there more than 150 years.
Yeah. You get that.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that is what it is.
It tells you that it's the only constant, the only thing that is certain in life, of course, is death, really. If you live, one day you will die.
But can you imagine? You've made a mistake. It's impossible. Joshua, 150 years.
Yeah.
We just started using Joshua not long ago.
Yeah.
Gambia is a young, no, there's no such thing.
It's not more than, it's not more than, probably when you calculate 1929.
Oh, 29.
It was all in Banjul.
Yeah.
No, you know, when we started using Joshua as a burial ground, not long ago, really, when Banjul was full, then we started using Joshua. So not that long ago, really.
So from 1929, I mean, to date.
Have they been using it since 1929? Or is that when the person was?
Probably. That's the time the person was buried.
Impossible. You know? Not Joshua. You made a mistake there.
Yeah. But you know they can move, Mr. Boy. Do you know this? They can move bodies too, because I can remember when Banjul was flooding and all the cemeteries were taken by the water. Some people they moved their, I mean,
the remains.
Yes, they moved them. So all those things are possible. So viewers, we'll take a look at the African code. How many cured patients remember their doctor? That's the African code. How many cured patients remember their doctor?
You know, it's an interesting one. I mean, I guess it plays into this whole thing about for when something good happens, a lot of people just keep it to themselves. Something bad happens, they tell everybody. You go somewhere, you get a bad haircut, and you tell your colleague. If you get a good one, you just say, I look nice, you know, and you leave it at that. You get a bad haircut, like for me, I mean, there was one barber I used to go to here in the Gambia, and I went there, he cut me, and I actually bled. Trust me, I told everybody about that. Don't go to that guy. I think he was actually drunk. I could smell alcohol on his breath. And I told people don't go to that barber. But the one I go to now, I get a good haircut. People might comment on it, but it's not like I'm, go to that barber, you know. There's a tendency to kind of take for granted good things that happen and make a lot of noise about the bad things. And that's why in the newspapers in England, for example, and it's one of the things we used to argue about a lot at the BBC, almost every story was a bad story of some sort, and the good one they tag on at the end, and finally, and in other news. Just a lot of bad stuff, so that people grow up with the expectation that news is necessarily always bad news. And you know, it's kind of, that sort of speaks to that sort of mentality. You know, you go to a doctor, if you take the actual one, you know, you feel good and healthy, and he treats you, you're happy, and you just leave it at that. You know, but how many doctors have you recommended, Balde, to other people?
Well, even yesterday I recommended one dentist to someone.
That one I've done, yes.
You understand?
Particularly dentist.
You know, if people talk about toothache, I always tell them, look, the best man you can go to is Malik. Malik is the best dentist in the Gambia.
So now you're advertising. I hope he's paying for this. I hope he's paying for this.
Advertising for Malik is worth it because it's going to save a lot of Gambians.
Yeah.
He uprooted my tooth without even feeling any pain. You know,
he didn't, or you didn't.
That was one. And there was a time my mother went to a dentist. I won't mention the name of the dentist. They uprooted her tooth, one of her tooth, and she was like, okay, I felt the pain. You know, it's like they didn't even give me an injection so that I can
you can kind of ease the pain.
Yeah. So I told her, okay, now. When they uprooted the tooth, there was little that were left inside, and those things were there, remnants. Right. So I asked her, okay, let me take you to Malik. You know, she said, no, I don't think I'll go. I fear. You know, it was painful the other time. I said, no, I assure you.
He's different.
Went there and they uprooted those little ones, and she attached to it. I didn't even feel it.
Yeah, go ahead. So this proverb then kind of.
So when you do good, people will remember. When you do bad, people will remember as well. You don't forget. I can forgive, but I cannot forget.
For me, my immediate answer was probably not many. Once somebody sort of helps you take care of your issues, your problems and stuff, you perhaps tend to forget when times are good afterwards. So to me, it speaks to sort of a kind of ingratitude.
It's kind of absolutely. I agree with you.
You know, the person has cured you, the doctor has cured you, now you're well. You can't remember the doctor at all, and stuff like that. That's how I see it.
And particularly if you take that literal one, where if a doctor, because if you have a bad experience at the doctor's, oh my word, you'll make sure that you know people get to hear about it.
But here you're cured.
You're cured, so
that's
like
the thing.
you just chill, you know.
Or at least being thankful is really ephemeral. It's very, you know, it's at the point once you're done, thanks doctor, I would love this, I would love that. But just give it a week or two.
You've forgotten about the fact that doctor, you know, like last week you were in pain and this doctor has now put you out of your misery in a good way.
So it's good to remember.
So let's try to cool it down. We'll take a short break. After the break, then we'll continue.
Cool.
Okay, all right. So we still have to proceed.
Let us proceed.
The newspaper. I've seen quite very interesting headline here, Mr. Adrame. Let me try to go through it so that we can. Okay, that's the Standard newspaper.
Standard.
Okay. UDP Kingpin vows tough stance against foreigners in the Gambian election.
This is Dabo is the kingpin, I presume, is it?
Probably. I'm seeing a different face on that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, kingpin. But
UDP kingpin.
Yes, you know, there was an allege that, I mean, foreigners also participate in Gambian elections.
I think we can call it a nonsense.
I can remember in 2016 when Ahmad Ba claimed, okay, according to what he said, allegedly, Ahmad intercepted buses that were trying to vote for former President Yahya Jammeh. And most of these people coming from the Casamas, they are sent almost 300,000. You remember when Jammeh was saying, why didn't 300,000 people vote? You remember that statement?
Go ahead.
So, I mean, they said they were intercepted by Ahmad Ba.
Yeah, I mean, in any election, not everybody who is registered to vote will vote. A lot of people who are registered, some of them might even be out of the country. But I remember some friends of mine who were UDP supporters saying after the last election that they were even thinking of challenging the result, saying that they'd been kind of fraudulent. But there's a mechanism for challenging that. They could not come up with a shred of evidence that even one person who was not eligible to vote voted. But not only that, to make a difference, we would have to talk about 300,000, tens of thousands. Are they seriously telling us So they might even be preparing their excuses already before they've even lost an election. That should they lose, they will make these wild claims that there were people who were not eligible to vote who voted. It's a nonsense, really. Because if you look at, as I said, the context of the numbers that will need to be not eligible to vote to make a difference, and not just in any single, you'd have to spread them throughout the country as well. You know, you take the last presidential election, the numbers might have been small, but if you were to use it as a kind of constituency, if you broke it down in that way, out of the 53 constituencies that we have, Barrow won 45 of them. So what, did they spread these people throughout the 45 that he won? It's nonsense, it's rubbish, and they need to drop it. And I wish they would just let it, you know, let it lie. But I guess, like I said, they're probably preparing an excuse already, should they lose.
Absolutely. Never seen a single piece of evidence.
No. So and they have lawyers, even their leader is a lawyer. You know, he must be somebody who believes in evidence, you would imagine. And I said, one of the people who was kind of arguing with me after the last election is a lawyer. And I said to him, come on, man, you should be ashamed. You're a lawyer. You believe, belong to a sector that believes in evidence being the thing that proves a case. Bring your evidence or keep quiet. Really. Yeah. So
but again, talk of this been swirling for a very long time. Remember in 2016 when they burnt down the APRC HQ.
That's right.
So the talk was that they had thousands perhaps of voting cards there, all foreigners and that sort of thing. That was why they burnt it down. So this talk has been around for a while.
And I suspect it will continue to be around. And people don't even need evidence. A lot of them believe it regardless, you know. So, yeah. Any other interesting stories, sir?
GRA goes fully digital with signing of ITAS system.
Digital. Yes.
Fully digital. What does it take for... Yes. What does it take for us to achieve that? I mean, it's... I don't know what they mean by fully...
So if you are filing your tax returns, you don't have to start getting a piece of paper where the tax guy sits next to you and you fiddle the numbers and so on. You send your submission digitally. You know, you're not taking, you know, files and files of paper. The digital system has been brought in, not just in the Gambia, but in many countries, to get away from, you know, the kind of leakages that were happening and the kind of criminality where people who were tax inspectors and were getting rich, you know. They're meant to be civil servants, but they were all building 4, 5, and 6 houses. Like, how? They're not doing it on the civil servants' pay. And so they've tried to get away from it. As I said, not just in the Gambia, but in many other African countries, they're trying to go digital to get around that. Well, people will always find a way around any system, regardless of it. But, yes,
that is it. It's just doing business online.
And we've been doing it, you know, more and more. You can sit at home and charge your Q Power. You can send money to friends without leaving your home. You don't have to go and queue up anymore. You know, so we've been doing a lot of this kind of digital stuff. So we're primed for it.
That's it.
Really.
And the idea is that with this digitalization, it will make it more difficult for certain practices, isn't it? Reduce corruption, that sort of thing. Granted, but because now we know that with any system, then they will create their new avenues of criminality.
Absolutely.
Now,
it has not solved criminality anywhere
at all. It doesn't work like that.
It might have dampened it down or curtailed it to a certain extent, but it has not eliminated it, Mr. Balde.
So another story, I mean, Brikama Alkalo dies. I mean, Brikama, it's a very big town, I can call it. So it has different communities, you know. So I think the headline is to specify which Alkalo of Brikama died. Because Brikama is a big town. I mean, you cannot just generalize it. Brikama Alkalo dies as if Brikama got only, except and until if they only have one Alkalo.
Like in Sierra Leone many years ago, there was a headline which sent shockwaves. Pakaba killed in car crash. Everybody called the president Pakaba. So of course everybody assumed it was the president.
Oh.
And it wasn't. I mean, it was...
And they were referring to a different Pakaba?
Yes. And people were they were furious.
And you know, that was the purpose of the story.
Of course, totally.
That was the...
to draw people to the newspaper. You know, people, hey, Pakaba killed, and it was a headline. And it's some local chief in some small village.
Yes.
Like, honestly, it's highly irresponsible.
Yes,
because particularly, as I said, when you know that everybody referred to the president as Pakaba.
Pakaba.
You know, I mean, come on. You know, so, as you said, this one, they need to clarify which. And so, but how many alcalos?
So 2 alcalos suspended. I'm seeing the Minister of Lands and Regional Affairs, Ahmad Bah, here.
He's what? He's suspended and
2 alcalos.
2?
Yes, but I mean, probably...
Are they not from Birkama?
If we delve into the story, we would know which alcalos were suspended.
Yes.
Yeah. So alcalos, I mean, should it be a state appointment? Or an alcalo should be chosen by the community, or should it be an inheritance thing? Because previously it used to be that. I mean, inheritance.
It used to be what?
My father is alcalo. When he's not here, I'll assume office as an alcalo.
Have you ever had to do it? Perform any of the duties of an alcalo when he wasn't around? Or not, like, you know, stamp people's land, whatever.
Yes,
I see these people lining up to get their alcalo stamp because they bought a piece of land. Did you ever have to do anything like that?
An alcalo stamp, you need to get that before your land papers are authenticated.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I'm saying, did you have what? So did it ever come to you because your father wasn't around that you had to do something? If so, what?
Not necessarily. But the notion that people have in a community, the alcaloship needs to transfer to the children.
Yes.
It belongs to one family. You know, there was a time even the imamship, I mean, they looked at a family and be like, okay, these are the imams because they are more landed when it comes to...
Learned.
Yes, the Quran and other religious affairs. You understand? So those are, it's sort of an inheritance thing.
So what's your take on it? Do you think it should be, or should be voted for? Or?
Should the alcalo be under the government of the day, or should it just be left for people of the village to decide?
I mean, in a kind of sane society, you'd think maybe the village should decide, because when you have the government, it could then start being a kind of political appointment, and the one who is closely affiliated to the government of the day ends up getting the appointment where they might not necessarily be the best person for that particular community. So I don't think leaving it to government necessarily, if you have to have it at all, and that's another debate, then yeah, I mean, you know, how do you choose somebody? Because sometimes when it's inherited, it doesn't mean that that person, just because their father or grandfather might have made a great alcalo, it doesn't mean that they're going to make a good or great one themselves. So when it's inherited, that's always a danger.
You know,
the dynastic elements. We live in a world now where we're trying to move away from these dynasties. Just because your father was head of this or whatever. You know, talent, ability doesn't necessarily transfer that way.
It's not, doesn't necessarily in your DNA. Quite.
Necessarily in your DNA.
Quite.
So let us think about what are the governance imperatives of our time. How do I reinvent the role of this alcalo, all created by colonialism? They were all colonial agents. We all know that even though we want to give it certain longevity, that longevity doesn't exist. We know in history that is not true. So let's stop being sentimental about our past and really focus on the governance imperatives, the governance, you know, priorities, and then adapt these institutions to suit it.
Well, do you know why I said, I mean, I think it should be left open for the village to decide. Sometimes these are political appointments. 2 alcalos have been suspended. Let's take a look at it. Probably the alcalos agenda and political you know, system doesn't align with the government of the day.
Do you think
obviously we will suspend you?
It could be that, but I don't think we necessarily have to assume that that is the case. It could be that the community complained, and that might be what has led to the suspension. It might not. So you'd need to know the specifics if you're going to be specific about it.
Yes.
But I think, but you're saying generally, you would prefer that the community should.
It's not specifically that's what happened. I'm just trying to tell you, when you are appointed by these people, sometimes when you deviate from their political agenda,
no, that's the point I made.
At some point, you might end up being suspended,
because
or something.
If you are, as you said, aligned with them, they'll put you in the position, and if you're not, they'll remove you, or they'll make sure you're not appointed. So yes, I mean, if you are to have it, as I said, then maybe the community should decide.
But this is the key. Yeah. By what method are they going to decide? Elections, or somebody would appoint within the community? You see, this is it. How do I integrate even democratic practices within the community?
No, I was assuming really election, by the way. I was assuming election because I remember I was looking at, I was doing some archive research about Sierra Leone. And they had this instance where 39 people were vying for the paramount chieftaincy of a particular district. And they had the white man, who obviously wasn't from there, and all of them were lining up to be interviewed by him and a couple of people from the town, you know, and he ended up having the final say as to who was fit to be a paramount chief. Some guy who's come from England, Scotland, or Wales, or whatever, was the one making the decision, and this was in colonial times. Because I remember I uploaded it on Facebook about 10 years ago, and they had all these guys, you know, you saw them waiting with their posse, and then you saw them go up to the table where he was sitting in the open air, interviewing, and so on. And yeah, it's a complete construct of the colonial system, you know. And if you said something that pleased the colonialists, then maybe you got appointed. And if you said something that didn't, that displeased them, you did not get appointed. So it's dangerous.
So and for colonialists, now you can read the executive.
Yeah, quite.
That's really exactly what's happening now. That's the new parallel, as it were. So they can sack you.
So all those type of appointments where, okay, I'll put you as my eyes in this place.
My eyes and ears.
Yeah, so that anything that happened.
You tell me.
Yeah. So in fact, that's what happened when Gambia, when Sadauda was appointed as Prime Minister of the Gambia, Safaraman Singate. Those are the kind of things that happened. They just wanted to control what's happening here. So when they fought for independence,
there was election before he was appointed.
Yeah.
Be careful there. Historically, there was election then.
They had election. They had election.
So now let's move on. Women in the fisheries industry speak out.
About what?
About what?
Probably the issues.
Probably about the issues.
Don't start guessing.
No,
there are many issues.
You know, when you talk about the fisheries industry in the Gambia, of course, nobody can deny the challenges that we are facing when it comes to, you know, foreign vessels, you know, trying to, you know, fishing in the Gambia. Sometimes it's difficult.
Do you mean the Koreans, the Chinese, or do you mean the Senegalese?
Both of them, all of them.
All of
you know,
above.
sometimes they complain. We've invited on Monday the Sanyang youth, team. They were here. They talked about all these fishing vessels that sometimes encroach within the territory they are not given. So it's difficult.
So it could be that they're complaining about.
It could be that.
Yeah. Or it could not.
Or it could not. But it's likely to be that.
Yeah, okay.
It's likely to be that, Mr. Mamudu.
You hope it is to support your argument.
Yeah.
Well, we get it.
So the Transport Union call for regulation of tricycle.
Oh, not that old chestnut again. How often have we had it? Just next story, please. Next story. We keep hearing this every damn 12 months, and nothing happens. So let's not even waste our.
So the audit report.
That's our batch cars.
The batch cars.
Remember the time when was it the police who said that they had come up with some new measures to regulate them? Or actually they were going to be
take them off the road.
But nothing.
That's why I said let's not even waste our time.
So we just keep on talking about things, but we cannot do much about anything.
So, you know, let them do what they want, and they can tell us when they've done it. But for now, it's all talk, really. Any other newspapers, any other exciting stories?
So the police intercept 19 intending irregular migrants.
Oh, 19. That's a low number for them. Usually they're in their 20s and 30s and 40s. And of course, as we know now, because of Gambia's reputation as being a great spot from which to embark on this journey, people are coming from
Gambia is, according to what he said, Gambia is closer to Europe.
Than where? Not than Mauritania. No.
Most of it. It's easy route.
It's not about, you're not closer than Senegal. You're not closer than Mauritania.
Really? It's all the same.
You know, and so it's all, we all have that West African coastline. It's just that people look at the numbers and they're amazed that this tiny Gambia, in the space of 4 years, can send 10 or 20,000 people on this irregular route, and people are like, wow, these guys, they're good at something, you know. They should call it the sailing coast or something, you know, because people are sailing off from here to Europe, or, you know, on this irregular route.
So, and what happened to the smile?
Smiling, and wipe the smile off our face.
And there was a time when you talk to the boys, they'll tell you, I'm preparing for the 7 days. They used to have a 7-day ship. It's a ship or a boat or a ferry?
Probably a boat with because they tend to go, you know, they tend to draw attention to themselves, because you see them piling up the fuel, the food that they might need for the journey, and that draws attention. And of course, sometimes the authorities get tipped off.
There was a day I was talking to my little boy, Mamuriaya, my first child. He's 15 years. I was like, okay. He was telling me, Dad, this route, they said, if you take this place, you go to this destination, you spend some time. If you get here, you can get the chance to walk at some point for a few months, then you proceed. And I called the mother. I said, this son will move one day. And you have to put an
because these are the things that people talk about, you know.
These are things that the boys discussed. It's really crazy.
I mean, friends in Sierra Leone, when they've seen some of the recent stories about, they were like, why is it such a problem in the Gambia? Is it because of the government? Is it because... they've been doing it for 15, 20 years. So, you know, it's never the same reason or excuse. There's always some reason, you know. Like we've always said, when it was Jammeh, you could go and claim that you were an activist and that your whole family had been rounded up, your house in the village had been burnt down. You didn't need to produce any evidence.
Seek for asylum.
But because the West wanted to believe that he was this terrible man, they would give you refugee status or asylum status, you know. I mean, and you know, people have been playing on that. But, you know, this, your son discussing it, this is what people talk about. It's not...
And this so-called, this bagway thing, it's worldwide. You go to the Horn of Africa, they have their own ways.
They go and, you know, they're trying to get to Saudi and other places.
That's it. And the Afghans, Pakistani.
And do you know there is recently, I discovered there is a route that leads to the US. I mean, discussing with someone.
South America.
South America.
There's a route that that leads
people go to South America, and you can...
People are using
the bagway
to America now.
You know, walk 4, 5, 10,000 miles, but you can walk.
Or you use tunnels as well.
From Mexico to into, of course,
so thank you, Mr. Adedrame. It was good to see you.
It's good to be back. As you can see, I wasn't dressed for TV, but hey,
good to see you again. And I hope you brought some chocolates, I mean, or something. What do you have for us?
Did you look in my bag? I did bring chocolates.
I didn't look into your bag.
You did. I know you didn't, but I did.
Oh!
I brought a big box of chocolates and 3 boxes of Turkish Delight.
Oh, wow, nice. All right, then see you later.
So sorry, viewers, you won't be able to have any.
See you later.
My friends in the office will.
All right, so we'll be right back after the break.
Naine dake network koto mi yalonko wole warta nyimbanko kan adung adabe soni aring wole nyama. Imuna fang telefono la mi yalonko abe seni aring adung internet wobe tari aring. Nyindung kiusel doronle sinyin nati aleno. Ibori yela kiusel line ota. customer care mi suti atima bi QCell network ko mi warta network ko beti adung adabe soniari QCell sunu boss ntolla nga silo walang dulia bulan noma.
Browse Bitus. QCell brings you a promo like never before. Get unlimited internet for just $25 Cs. Yes! Recharge $25 Cs and enjoy the convenience of free internet from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. every day with our Browse Bitus promo. With this amazing offer, you can browse, stream, and download all your favorite movies for free. So why wait? Recharge $25 Cs today and enjoy free internet only with QCell between 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. For more information, call customer care on 111. QCell, Senior Bus, we innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Ajibank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Ajibank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Ajibank, your investment partner.
Q Money and Orange Money has just made money transfer easier. Now you can send money from Gambia to Senegal directly from your Q Money wallet. So what are you waiting for? Get your Q Money account now and start sending money to your friends and families through Orange Money in Senegal now. For more information, call our customer care on 133. Q Money, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Opticalia, Gambia's leader in optical care with 5 locations offering the best in visual health. With cutting-edge European technology, Opticalia delivers single vision lenses in just 20 minutes. At Opticalia, we care about our future. Eye exams are free for individuals under 18, ensuring everyone has access to quality eye care. But it's not just about vision. Opticalia also provides advanced audiology services to ensure your hearing health is in the best hands. Our audiology services offer European standard hearing aids and diagnostics, ensuring everyone can hear clearly. Whether it's testing or treatment, you can trust Opticalia for your auditory care. Opticalia offers European standard products, fair prices, and exceptional value all under one roof. Visit Opticalia at the Tropic Shopping Center near Senegambia or call us on 7767-121 or at any of our regional branches. Banjul 7767-126. Brikama 7767-123. Farafenni 7767-124. Basse 7767-125. Opticalia. Love what you see and hear.
Yes, we are back. You're watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Balde. Now let's move to the other segment of this program, and we'll be talking to the team that won competition as far as cooking is concerned. And we have Usman BL's Mane.
Haruna Mushadabo, President.
Okay, you are Haruna.
Yeah, Mushadabo.
All right, so there's changes.
Changes, yeah.
Okay, all right. You are
the President of the Gambia Surf Association, Haruna Mushadabo.
Haruna Mushadabo, yeah. And that's Mr. Mendy.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. What's your first name? Emmanuel Mendy. All right, so gentlemen, it's important. The Gambia wins 2025 West Africa Jollof Rice competition in Accra and other categories as well. So it's important for us to engage you on this. So as president of the Chef Association of the Gambia, wow, you are handling quite a very important role. So please take us through this competition. Or can you please first tell us about the association?
Thank you very much. Good morning. The Gambia Chef Association, we started it in 2005. The concept of bringing chefs together in the Gambia is to unite the chefs and then make so the real concept is to fight and make so our gastronomy, like our cuisine, the Gambian cuisine, is we sell it to international standard. Because even the competition, the concept of bringing chefs together to compete in West Africa is to sell the African gastronomy, like our country cuisines. As you know, even our hotels here in the Gambia, nowadays, most of the menus that we use are international, you know, and we cannot keep on, you know, definitely doing that. When we have our cuisine, we have our gastronomy, which is health-wise, as far as I'm concerned, I can say it's more better than, you know, other countries' cuisine. You know, so we cannot leave our cuisine to die and promote other cuisines. So we have to sell, especially the Gambian gastronomy, the Gambian cuisine, you know, sell it internationally and make so, you know, we reach to the standard. So the concept of West African Food Festival as well is to sell definitely the African gastronomy, our mama's taste, our mothers, our grandmas, you know. They were great cooks, man. And their recipes were excellent, man. So we cannot leave them die. Health-wise, they are better than the cuisines we are promoting, the cuisines we are proud of, the cuisine we are even eating. Because the Gambian, we're used to that. We are never proud of our own.
True.
You know, we're proud of others when our own are the best health-wise.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. You know, example. Let's say, let me bring Cherem Boom for the first listing. Cherem Boom, like most of the time our grandmas use moringa, you know, moringa leaf, you know, which is very good health-wise. You know, it will cure you instead if you eat it than give you a new problem. Unlike you eat a pizza, which is full of fat, cheese is all fat. You understand? You know, so that's the thing. So we need to promote these things, bring them back. That's why in the competition we have what we call country cuisine display. We have the jollof rice. We have all categories, different kind of categories as far as Africa is concerned. Even the pastry plating, they will tell you to make your country pastry. At least 1 or 2 should be your country's own pastry plating. You understand? Like let's say, when I say make a dessert from the Gambia, what do we have? You understand? At least you create something. We have nanburu, you can create it in a glass. You understand? We have chakri, you can create it. You understand? At least plate it internationally and serve it. You understand? So this is what we need. That's what we are calling for. Yeah.
So, I mean, you mentioned nanburu, you mentioned chakri. You know, do we have those in other countries? Do they make that?
Africa, to be frank, I will tell you the truth. Most of our cuisines are the same but different. We have different method of cooking them. If you have peanut here, you have peanut in Guinea, you have peanut in even Ghana. But the method of cooking are different. That's why they say jollof war. You understand? The jollof now is becoming a war because everybody want to own it. Even those who don't even know what is jollof want to own jollof.
Definitely.
So you see, So it's becoming a war, you understand, in West Africa. But the proof of the pudding is always in the eating. You understand? So this is why we always win it and bring it.
So have you ever served them with ebe?
Ebe, Sierra Leone is doing ebe. So that we don't want to go there.
But ebe belongs to who?
Yebe belongs to Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Okay.
Yebe is not Gambian.
Oh. Yeah, it's called Yebe?
In Sierra Leone, they call it Yebe.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. But Gambia, we have to change the name and make it Ebe.
Ebe, okay.
You know, slang
to Gambianize it.
Yeah, Gambianize it to make it Ebe.
All right.
Yeah, but the original name of it is Yebe.
Okay, okay.
You understand?
Yeah, so let's proceed.
Yeah.
We've been winning the Jollof, rice competition.
Yeah.
I think there was a time Sef Bojang was
the
away
president.
and he won it.
No, he don't want it.
Yes.
He was the president.
He was the president
of the team that won.
Well, he was with the team, right?
Yeah. I was there.
You were okay. You were there.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what makes us to be very consistent in winning?
To be frank, brother, Jollof come from the Gambia. We own Jollof, man. Yeah, Jollof come from the Gambia. Yeah, definitely, and we cook better than them. That's all.
What happened? Is it the spices that we add?
At times we have the same spices, but we cook better than them, brother. Yeah, definitely. That's the bottom line. Everybody have his own
way of cooking.
Spices, his own way of cooking. You understand? Yeah, but as far as cooking is concerned, we cook more than them.
Okay, so Mr. Mbodji is a foodie.
No, I'm not a foodie. I'm far from it. Let's go to Mr. Mendy, Emmanuel.
Yeah.
You're a chef or are you a trainee?
I'm still a trainee.
You're still a trainee, and you won.
I take second in bread making.
In bread making?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us about that.
Yeah, just like I said, I was working on the Solmic Catering. Yeah, where I was trained in both being in hot and then in pastry as well. So that's why I was trained how to do bread making. And then before this competition, so he definitely took me to this place here at Bakadaji Hotel, where I was trained under this guy, what is the name again? Sambuja. Yeah, Uncle Sam. So I will say that he's my mentor for now. He's the one who trained me how to do this kind of bread. So. But the time that I went down there, I created something that was something that I was not trained from him. Whereby I have to came up with my own ideas. So where I decided to make tapalapa, and then which is our own Gambian bread. So because out there, just like he said, like they normally say that you should create stuff that you know that they are from your own country. So I decided to make tapalapa and then other kind of breads too as well.
So tapalapa is ours. So you won by doing tapalapa.
Yeah, but the Ghanaians they have their own bread which is similar to tapalapa, which they call the tea bread. Yeah.
This is interesting, the similarity stuff. I want to ask you this: is jollof rice the same thing as benachin?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Exactly.
The same thing that they are shouting of. It's benachin.
Yes, I know that it is called jollof rice, but my suspicion is this.
Yeah.
The idea of benachin instead of sauce like mala, don't you think the idea is maybe all over West Africa?
Yeah.
So maybe something very similar to jollof rice also emerged somewhere else simultaneously, you know what I mean, without one necessarily copying the other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, what do you think about that?
I understand where you're coming, but you know, I can tell you from where I'm sitting, the Nigerians, the Ghanaians, for them they claim to own it. And then they are always crazy when the Gambia win. You understand? But I'll tell you this, jollof is ours. Nobody can take it from us. We have our recipe. We have our secret also that we don't say. You understand? That we used to kill them. Yeah, so that's it. Before we get to this competition, every year, as he said, we organize an interview. If you are interested as a chef, come. A student, come. So we'll be at the panel. We'll interview you and see your strength and your experience. So from that interview, we'll select you. When we select you now, we'll train you. We'll give you our way. Ask you to write, let's write the recipes together. Have our own recipe that we use to win. From there, we'll organize a competition at the GTHI. From that competition now, we'll pick first, second, third, fourth. So this is how we select. You understand? Yeah, this is how we select. So if you're in that selection, personally, I will tell you whether you will win or not, as from experience. Yeah, from experience. So we are well prepared, well organized before we get to the competition, because each participant is trained. That's why I send him to Bakadaji Hotel. So I have to train the others as well. You understand? You don't normally go. You go to have something. You understand? You might not know, because competition have criteria. You may not know the criteria. The reason why he don't take first, I tell him, is because of the criteria. Because each bread, like when he say now tapalapa, I can make tapalapa, yes, but they need only 200 grams of tapalapa. So anything beyond that, that means your market is down.
Of course.
So you understand? But if you are new in the competition, you might not know that, and you might not do that. You understand? So this is why he did not take first, but he would have come with first. Yeah, definitely.
Interesting.
I've noticed that there are many competitions, especially with these Jollof Wars.
Yeah.
And I've seen quite a few where Nigerian chefs sort of won.
Yeah.
So there are many competitions that we do not win.
Yeah, it's okay. They can win, but personally, I will tell you one thing. Jollof is ours. Because this is not the first time of winning Jollof. And I see the way they do Jollof and the way we do Jollof.
Different, yeah.
So it's quite different. You cannot compare it.
Okay. So it's
like you spoil something.
Okay.
Mix it.
Gambia bañ nañ.
You understand? Claim to own it. When I have the original way of doing it that you don't know.
What's the basic recipe?
The recipe of jollof is normal, the way we do it.
But they have their deep secret.
And then the secret, I don't want to say the secret. I will send you the recipe, but I don't want to say the secret here. It's TV. They might. You understand?
They might. So
is it our national dish?
Jollof, anyway. I can say it's our national dish. Jollof come from the Gambia. Yeah, from what I learned, it was the field force that we are saying this in Aku. Na jollof then cook today. You understand? It's from the field force. This jollof is from the field force. Na jollof then cook today. So you see, anytime they cook benachin, they will say na jollof then cook today. So that jollof then cook today is what spread.
So finally, what other categories have we
Gambia, this year, we won the best jollof. We have the gold medal.
Vegan.
The best vegan. Vegan is, when we say vegan, people might not know, but it's vegetarian.
Vegetarians, yeah.
Like our moms, our wives, aunties, normally are in the garden. So they produce vegetables. There are times become very easy for people to, buy and then, you understand. So we include this category there for us to be able to at least sell this vegetable that, you understand, our mothers are getting from the gardens. So you will, like let's say when I say aubergine, you understand? Let me come to our local language. All right? Sumane legi batanse. Batanse. Okay? Legi, most of the people, nobody Gambia, so lene lekal batanse, batanse, no kote leka. Understand? Wow. Cabbage the same. Understand? Yeah, but if you can create these vegetables to a dish, make it nice.
You have said it right. I traveled to a country And I saw patanse mixed with meat.
Of course, yeah.
You understand?
Of course, yeah.
Patanse mixed with meat.
Of course,
so when I was eating it, it was very difficult for me to eat it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Because
maybe you're not used to it.
You're not used to it.
Yeah.
But you should look. One thing you should look in food. What you should look in food is at least the
proteins that it has.
Proteins. And vitamins and value.
So patanse is rich in that?
Patanse is rich in all this. Okay. You come to carrot, you come to cabbage. These are all very rich foods that you can eat every day, and they won't give you problem. You understand? You know, it's unlike the other foods that you will start off. You go to a restaurant now, you said, give me burger. Burger is full of fat. And they add fat in it. That's cheese.
As well.
Cheese is also fat. Instead of taking fat, you understand? You know, it's better you become a vegetarian.
True.
But fat is delicious.
You understand?
But it kills you inside.
For you, no problem.
For him, it's not a problem to take fat, yes. Don't make that. No, Seth, you are right. You are right. For him, he can take fat. But for people like me, you see, a few years ago, I was very lean, very thin.
Yeah.
But now I'm saying, even yesterday I said, look, I'm getting fat. What's happening? You understand? So I have to reduce the fat.
Definitely, yeah.
You know, but I'm not thin.
Take more.
I'm slim.
You are lean.
I'm lean. That's different.
You are lean. So thank you. Thank you, Seth, for coming.
Definitely,
and we've already exhausted this time.
Yeah.
So we also have Miss Gambia. She also won in categories. She went to China for a competition.
Wow,
so Gambia, you people are making us proud.
You know, we have talent. And the other thing I want to say is for the whole Gambia. Next year, September, the Gambia is hosting the West African Food Festival.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's coming here in the Gambia next year.
That would be great.
So we need all hands on deck.
Okay.
From you.
Absolutely.
You know,
we are in.
You understand? Hoteliers, even stakeholders, lawmakers.
Thank you.
Everybody is welcome.
Thank you, Seth. We've exhausted our time. So we'll talk about that and we'll see how best to put it together. I am pretty sure QTV would be able to partner with you people.
We will definitely.
Yeah, so we'll be right back after the break.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Now we present the Miss Talent Award.
打开。今天这个信封啊，每次递到我们手里的时候，我们都觉得沉甸甸的，同时呢，也期待着是不是和我们心中的评判一样。但我相信裁判的专业度以及他们严谨的评判精神。
是的。
获得最佳才艺奖的是。
The winner is Rock from Gambia. 哇，连中2元。
连中2元，真是不容易。 此时，我觉得应该响起一些掌声，再一次的向他表示祝贺。好的，我们掌声有请颁奖嘉宾，湖南509有限公司品牌总监孙全朝。
Please welcome the world presenters, the brand director of Hunan 50 Company, Mr. 孙全朝。
湖南能成农林业开发有限公司董事长伍诗。
Please welcome the world presenters, the chairman of Hunan Nengcheng and Forestry Development Company, Mr. Wu Shi.
来，有请2位颁奖嘉宾为我们的佳丽颁奖。亲爱的朋友们，这个奖项是对卓越技艺的认可，是对艺术灵魂的赞美。 台上的他们不仅是美丽的旅行使者，更是文化的传承者与艺术的演绎者。他们用才华告诉我们，真正的美丽因内涵而永恒，因独特而耀眼。
这是收获满满啊！再次祝贺最佳才艺奖得主，恭喜！也辛苦我们的2位颁奖嘉宾。
接下来这个奖更有意思，
是
我相信所有的姑娘。 女士们都。
Yes, we are back. You're watching QTV this morning, and let's head to the last segment of this program. And if you're just tuning in, thank you very much. It's a pleasure. Yeah, so Miss Gambia wins 2 international titles as Miss Tourism World in China. And we have Rohi Cham, Miss Gambia. Yeah. She's making us proud. You're welcome on this program. It's the second time to have you here.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Valde.
It's good to have you here.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you.
Can see the money is coming. You are glittering. Wow, you're looking beautiful, more beautiful.
Oh God, thank you. I appreciate
So let's talk about winning international title. I mean, what does this mean to you?
I don't really know how to explain it. I just know I went to China and I had really big ambitions. But when I reached there and I saw the environment and the people who I was competing with, I think I lost hope because, you know, there were like 66 countries plus me making it 67. And these were queens all around the world, you know, the best queens in each country. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to make sure that I do my best and make people proud, but not putting in my head that I was going to win something. So that is how important it meant to me, especially winning the best talent, you know, title. I've won like in 3 occasions here in the Gambia the best talent, but I've never thought I'll win best talent in the midst of 66 other countries. So this really, really meant a lot to me.
So let's focus on the categories. Let's focus on, you know, you going through and winning these categories. Tell us the process and up to the awardings.
So for the talent competition, I sang. So normally I would sing during my talent competition, but I didn't practice before I left the Gambia because I was focused more on my catwalk trainings and, you know, just having fitness when it comes to pageantry. So I didn't do my vocal rehearsals before I left here. And the talent competition, we were told 24 hours before the event actually. So it was like an ambush for me. So I just did some last-minute rehearsals in my room before I went, and I was really surprised. There were other singers, but first we did this audition where just the organizers were in a room with us to, you know, showcase our talents. And after that, 19 of us were chosen from different categories, dancing, singing, in other acts. And those 19, from those top 19, that was when I was chosen as the best talent. For the Miss Friendship, it was chosen, the votings were done by us, the contestants. So normally they tell you, who do you think is more kind, you know, like which country do you think has the qualities of, you know, when it comes to compassion as a queen. And I had the highest vote, so I also won the Miss Friendship that way. Yeah.
Oh, wow, Mr. Mboj, interesting.
Absolutely.
I think that Miss Friendship award there, you deserve it. Gambians are so compassionate.
Yeah, right.
You know,
I agree with that, so, of course.
Yes.
This is about Rohi Cham. Some people are not. The singing bit.
Okay.
What did you sing?
I sang this stand-up song by Cynthia Orevo. It's about Black freedom. It's from a movie. I love the song so much, and I felt like at some point there were a lot of racism acts that Black queens went through in that competition because we were in the midst of, you know, just white people, and we were just like, I think 10 or less than 10. So a lot of times we were sidelined and we were treated badly, you know. So I felt like I would just sing that song, and I'm so glad that it related to a lot of people, not just us, the African queens.
But you said you didn't rehearse.
No.
So how did you do it?
So
immediately you knew. How did you come to that selection? Where did you select that one? You know.
So it's a hard song to sing, and it's a song that shows the vocals more. And I was like, I need a song. I need a hard song so I can just open my vocal cord, because if I had sang a very simple song, it would have been a mess. So I just needed a song that I would be like, and I was like, okay, I think this is the best song to sing right now.
Are you a singer, part of what you do?
I used to, but now I just do it for fun.
Okay, but you used to?
Yeah, I used to love it so much. I mean, I wanted to make it as a career, but not anymore.
So what message did you bring on stage that you think resonate with the judges?
So the competition was like 3 weeks long. So there were a lot of categories, but I made sure my let me say trademark was modesty, because I made sure like I was recognized as the one who doesn't just expose their bodies. So I think that was how I was remembered mostly in the competition, because all the time I was different with the way we dressed. I was always different with the bikini around. Everybody wore bikini and I didn't wear a bikini, and I still went on stage and, you know, did my thing. So I think, yeah, that was the biggest message that I portrayed there, aside from my advocacy, which is, you know, SGBV. Yeah.
So what does this mean? I mean, to your career as Miss Gambia, you know, coming back home. I mean, what does this mean in the Gambia?
This means a lot, because I had a lot of people following my journey in China. So at some point I'll be like, oh God, please just do something, no matter what. Just go out there and, you know, show yourself. So coming back in the Gambia, even before I came, seeing how happy people were, my family, the people that supported me, my mentors, my trainers, the coaches, my director, of course, the way they were all happy that I, you know, won these categories. Because normally when we go out internationally to participate, most of the times we don't come back with titles or crowns, and it's not because we are not capable. It's because of sometimes the nature of the competition you have gone to, especially competing with worldwide queens. So this really meant a lot. And my awards are so beautiful. I'm literally so obsessed with them. Yeah.
That's it. Earlier on, you said Miss Gambia being a career. Miss Gambia is not a career, it's a stepping stone, if anything. So I remember, I think when you were newly crowned, was it when we met her? Was it last year?
Yeah.
So very soon there will be another competition, I take it.
Yeah.
Are you going to defend it? Or
no.
One just does it once and that's it. Is that how it works? I don't know how it works.
And as much as I love being Miss Gambia, I think I'm really, you know, done with, you know, being the queen and everything. And it's because if I had the opportunities that I deserved as Miss Gambia, I would have defended the crown. But I don't have, you know, the support that I need, so I would just give it to the next person with so much pleasure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's the career? I think when we spoke last year, you're going to university or something.
Yeah,
like
I was
that.
studying journalism at Majak, but I'm in the verge of going to the UTJ, because now I want to study political science instead. Yeah.
So what cultural elements of the Gambia were you able to showcase on stage? I mean, you know.
So we had the national costume round, where you just, you know, take a story from your country and portray it in a dress. So I made an outfit. I don't know if the video was sent. I made an outfit where I celebrated Gambian women in a form of agriculture, because most of our women here are into agriculture, and agriculture is one of the like the biggest segments like in the Gambia. So it contributes a lot to the GDP of the Gambia economics. So I made this outfit where I used baskets, I used the beads, because most of the times in our culture, like, beads are really important. I used the beads, but
that's the video.
Yeah, in the Gambian flag form, I use baskets where rice is poured like after harvesting when it comes to women. And yeah, and I had the kora also, which you know, represents our music.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even seeing you in that outfit, I mean, representing the Gambia in a big stage like that, it's a lot to us, and it means a lot. It's a good feeling, you know. So who were your biggest supporters, I mean, throughout this journey?
I would say my director, Ida Bidwell. She's the organizer of Miss Gambia. She literally funded majority of the stuff I needed for my competition. And another person would be a very close friend, sister to me. She's like everything to me, Khadija Tukrubali. She also spent a lot of money on me. And I had Malado, I had the former Miss Gambia before me, Glorious Harriet Tunjai. She also sponsored with a lot, the Fashion Gambia online. I hope I don't forget people. Amadou and Mohammed, they made my national costume and I didn't pay them. They didn't allow me to give them any money. So a lot of people really contributed, excluding the Gambian government. So
I want to know this. Earlier on with the chefs, I asked them what the national dish was. Now I'm going to ask, is there such a thing as a national dress?
Yeah.
Or do we have many? Because you really have
we have
different groups around, each with your own traditions. So how do we create out of these different groups a national identity in terms of my dress? What do you think?
That's the hardest thing, because most of the times you're like, oh, I'm Serif. What should I showcase when I go international?
Absolutely.
So sometimes you just have to forget the tribe you're from and just portray a story from Gambia.
So you invent it?
Yes.
So it doesn't exist?
No, it doesn't. Most of the times it exists, because it's like, let's say if I was a man, I would have made an outfit that portrays Kunta Kinte, but I would have modernized it. But it would still be the story of Kunta Kinte. So it's most of the times a story, but you make it in a way that people would understand, like, when it comes to history and the modern civilization.
Well, I would have said Gramboa or something.
Yeah, but Gramboa is very basic to take to an international stage.
But Gramboa with touches.
There's nothing distinctive about it.
But
it's quite general.
No, but Gramboa with touches. Maybe we can try to modernize it in such a way.
If you're going to modernize it, it's going to be very expensive. So with that, you need sponsors from fashion designers, and if you don't have that, you just need to work with the little you have, you know. Yeah.
Let me just push here a little bit. Do we have time? You know, with all these Miss Gambia, Miss World, Miss this, Miss that, you know, when we were younger, it was just very popular, but gradually feminist ideas, saying why do you have to objectify women, put them up there on stage for the gaze of men. Do you think in these terms of these sort of feminist ideas, as it were, getting into you? Have you ever thought about it this way?
Yeah, I've thought about it. I think I've had conversation with, when it comes to this, even when I went to China, because there were a lot of girls who didn't want to wear bikinis, but they were scared that if they don't wear bikinis, they were not going to win. So most of the times it's just how you feel or how you want to show yourself. And not because if you don't do this, you think they will not give you the crown. I feel like sometimes it's just good to just protest against things that are imposed on you. I don't think anybody will ever make me wear a bikini on a stage in the Gambia, outside the Gambia. So even though in these competitions, it's not a must, so sometimes it's your choice. But in that choice too, you're scared. What if I do this and I'm disqualified? Not disqualified, but what if this brand doesn't want
work
this?
Against you.
Yeah. So most of the times, I don't think it's these people imposing it on us. It depends on your choice. Like, what do you want? If you want this and you're not scared to show it, then show it. But if you're scared to show it, then you can just be what you want them, you know? What they want you to be. Yeah.
Exactly. So finally, I mean, what is the way forward for Miss Gambia?
So right now, I'm still looking for sponsors to launch my projects.
You're still looking for sponsors?
Yeah.
Sponsors should look for you, Miss Gambia.
You see, this is the country we're in. I feel like a lot of doors are just closed, and I wish it was better. I really want to launch my project, but it needs a lot of investment, and I'm not having that. So I just wish that I could do that before the next Miss Gambia is hosted. And that's the most important thing for me right now. Like it has been my priority since last year, December. And I just wish I can just go ahead with it and just finish it up before the next Miss Gambia is hosted. So I'm calling on all stakeholders, the government especially. I wish they not help me, but support me as they should, because right now I'm the ambassador of the country. So I don't think I should be begging for, support.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And remind us again, what's the project?
I'm sorry?
It's
the Speak Up for Change project, where we go to schools, because I feel like most of the times we are not taught about our human rights in schools, and we're focusing on sexual and gender-based violence here because we feel like the cultural silence is really so much in our country. So just sensitizing people, young people, old people, everybody, to speak up when their rights are being violated, especially when it comes to...
Yeah. Thank you, Rohi Cham. Miss Gambia, for coming on QTV this morning.
Thank you for having me.
More wins ahead, inshallah.
Thank
you. Know, viewers, Mr. Mboi, this is all we have for this week.
Yes, and she's made my day.
Oh, thank you.
Absolutely. Oh, you want to share it?
Yes, I was thinking of a hug. Do you hug? No. Can you hug?
I don't think so.
Don't go there. You say goodbye. Just go say goodbye.
You have a wife, Mr.
Viewers, this is all we have for today. Until we come here again next week, do have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. They refuse to hug me.
Thank you so much.